Hello everyone, I'm Zhou from Wuhan University of Technology. Today I will talk about the feedback-controlled English medium engineering education in the Materials Forming Principles course. Recently, comprehensive education reform for the college education is pushed forward. The reform mainly contains two aspects. One is the outcomes-based education, which is called OBE. The other is English medium instruction, which can be referred as AIMEE. The aim of OBE is to achieve ability of the student. On the other hand, the purpose of AIMEE is to enhance internationalization. To implement the AIMEE education, we should lower the students' attitude. Before the start of my lesson, I have conducted a survey of the students to get information of the students in my class. The topic of the survey is students' attitude towards AIMEE in engineering course. From the result, we can know that most students has a positive attitude, which means that they want more engineering courses to be taught in English. In fact, internationalization is also an important ability. If the students have good English, they can acquire the knowledge or information from English directly. Secondly, the students can communicate with the foreign professors or foreign students to exchange their ideas, which is conducive to their study or their research. Lastly, after graduation, the student can develop and exchange ideas or develop international collaboration to solve a problem or to do a certain thing to achieve their goals. However, at the current stage, the implementation of AIMEE is a challenging task. Firstly, the English level for each student is varied. Secondly, accessible instruction is scarce, which means that if a teacher wants to teach their course in English, the common case is that the teacher will find it difficult to get the available data or experience to complement the AIMEE education. The teachers have to design the instruction by themselves. Lastly, the student attitude is not clear. Some students still wants that the engineering course should be taught in their native language. Here is a concern that whether the knowledge can be interpreted appropriately through AIMEE or not. My answer is yes, but we need to develop the corresponding instructions to make the AIMEE education more effective. And one effective way is the collection of the reflective information in the AIMEE class. So in this way, if the AIMEE is designed based on the reflective information from the student, it will be more effective even compared to the traditional education. Here in this study, the AIMEE is adopted in a typical engineering course, which called Materials Forming Principles. This course is the most basic engineering course that serves for the industry. Let us have a look of what it contains. It contains casting, forming, and winding. And knowledge that should be taught in English is widening. The widening is a technology that can join two pieces of materials together, including metal and also plastic. So it is the foundation of the modern industry. If a proper instruction strategy is developed in this study, it can also be applied to other engineering courses. So let us have a look at the content. My research results contains three aspects. They are the classroom instruction, feedback system, and the discussion of the results. For the classroom instruction, it contains teaching strategy, interaction in the classroom, and case-based student presentation. First, let us have a look at the teaching strategy. For the teachers, they should have a belief that the students have the ability to learn knowledge in English. In fact, I think most students can learn their knowledge in English after training. Secondly, for the students, the interest of learning in English needs to be maintained. So the first AIMEE class is very important. Special instruction should be designed for the first AIMEE class because some academic words or phrases are brand new to the students. If the students do not catch the meaning at the beginning, they will lose their interest, and the AIMEE education cannot be successful. Here is an example of teaching academic knowledge in an AIMEE class. In the widening technology, there is a very important phenomenon called multi-site transformation. In fact, the phenomenon of multi-site transformation has been studied in the previous course that taught in their native language. However, in this AIMEE class, the English transformation is appeared for the first time. So the teachers should make special classroom instructions to interpret the meaning of the multi-site transformation in terms of the history and in terms of the scientist. And in the classroom, the teacher should collect the reflective information that whether the student has understood the meaning or not. So in this sense, the interaction in the classroom is important. For the confirmation of the effectiveness in AIMEE class, the teacher should know the student learning state by classroom observations. Besides, the teachers should leave a certain time in the class for the interaction. The interaction contains the question and answer or discussion of the academic knowledge as well as other aspects. And through the class, the teacher should be aware of the student state. Here is the survey of the AIMEE before class. It can be found that most of the students thinks that learning the academic knowledge in English is a little difficult. Therefore, the teachers should pay special effort to interpret the knowledge, the academic knowledge, in terms of history and in terms of the stories, to attract and to keep the students' interest. Last content of the classroom instruction is the case-based student presentation. Student presentation is an important way to evaluate the learning effectiveness. And also, it is a good way to accumulate the information from the students. Here is the result of a survey on the willingness to make presentation. It can be seen that over 60% of students have the willing to make presentation. Therefore, the students and the teachers should prepare the environment of the case-based student presentation. Here is the example of the guiding topics in this course. 3 topics has been set for the student. However, these topics are useless guide, and the student should search for the specific topic and contents of their presentation. Most importantly, the teachers should offer an academic environment like this to make the discussion, to make the presentation like an international conference. Based on this research work, a feedback system can be established. The reflective information from the students is indispensable for the implementation of the English medium instruction. Here is the survey of attitude from the students on internationalization in college education. It can be seen that over 90% of the students support the international education. And this result is the latest data of the course in this semester. So the students have this need. As a teacher, as the educators, we have the responsibility to meet the students' requirements. And the survey is continued. And here is the information on whether AIMEE helps the understanding of knowledge or not. It can be seen that over 81% of the students consider that the AIMEE can help them to understand the academic knowledge. And here is the overall view of the feedback system. Based on the feedback reflective information, the feedback controlled English medium engineering education, which we call FECC, has been established. The ultimate aim of this model is the fusion of the OBE concept into classroom teaching. The teaching effectiveness is evaluated in 4 aspects, as can be seen from the figure. That they are student state, interaction frequency, academic presentation in a classroom, and examination score. And based on the reflective information in every class, the instruction should be adjusted. And here is the typical questionnaire that used to collect the information. So there are 9 questions, and we can have a look of some typical ones. For example, the first question is that does the implementation of English medium teach help you understand the meaning of the academic words? We can see that over 90% of students say yes. So let us have a look of the last question. Does the implementation of English medium teaching make your enhances your ability? And we can also see that over 96% of students think the AIMEE education is helpful. Therefore, we can have a result that the implementation of AIMEE is conducive to the students' study. It can help them to understand the meaning of the academic words. In addition, we got some information on the comments from the student. It can be seen that half of the students do not have comment. It means in a certain extent that the AIMEE in this course can be smoothly pushed forward, which is not as difficult as it seems. The last section is the discussion. The AIMEE in engineering education can effectively arouse the interest of the student in learning academic knowledge, because it is a very new and different experience for the university student. And we can say that the students are willing to accept new concepts and new teaching instructions. So as the teachers, we should work hard to adjust our instructions to meet their requirements. Also, the AIMEE class does not affect the examination scores that most teachers are concerned about. We can have a look at this figure. It can be seen that the distribution of the score is normal, even this course is taught in English. So here is the summary. The AIMEE in the engineering course and materials processing and forming major was attempted. The college students seek for internationalization of engineering course. The reflective information before and during teaching is important for the implementation of AIMEE education. Most importantly and interestingly, the case-based presentation offers an opportunity to the student to show their learning effectiveness and also to show their ability. Therefore, we can have the conclusion that the implementation of AIMEE for the engineering course is feasible. The reflective information should be used for the adjustment of the instruction. In the future work, more data on the students who has a lower English level is in accumulation to modify the feedback model. Thank you very much.